Hi everybody, and welcome to Accounting with Confidence. Today we're going to be talking about attaching documents in QuickBooks Online, and this is to help with offices that are going paperless. So I'm going to talk to you about how to keep those documents safe inside of your QuickBooks file. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Beth Whitworth, and I am a CPA and a QuickBooks guru. I have been working with QuickBooks for more than 20 years and am QuickBooks Pro Advisor certified, advanced for QuickBooks Desktop and QuickBooks Online. I've been running my own CPA firm for over 13 years and have been really focusing on using QuickBooks for our internal processes as well as working with clients who use it in several different industries. So today we're going to talk about adding those documents to your QuickBooks Online. And let me just tell you how it all began with me and how long this feature has been around. So I actually use QuickBooks Desktop for my business still, and it was 2009 when I stopped retaining paper files of my vendor bills. So I would have a process where the bill would come in and it would immediately get scanned. And then when it got scanned, it then, when I entered it into QuickBooks for the bill to be paid, I went ahead and attached the document onto that bill inside of the software, and then I set that bill in a folder for bills to be paid. And at that time, when the bill got paid out of QuickBooks by issuing a check or online or however I paid it, at that point I would pull the vendor bill out of that folder and shred it. And at that point, the document was still attached inside of QuickBooks, and I have never looked back. So I'm going to hop into the online demo at this point and show you just how to handle this inside of QuickBooks Online. So for those of you who have never worked inside of QuickBooks as far as attaching documents, it is actually relatively simple, but somewhat hidden to see where you are actually attaching those documents. So I'm going to give you an example of attaching an expense, and this would be an expense that maybe you used your credit card to pay a bill, and you want to attach that bill to that transaction inside of QuickBooks. And so to do that, I'm going to add a new expense, and I am going to choose the vendor that I am attaching. So you had to charge for Zoom. Lots of people have those charges these days, and you put it on your credit card. So you're going to put the date that you charged it, and you would get this information off of the bill itself. And so right here, I'm just kind of guessing on the date. The method that you paid, you really don't need to add anything here since it's pretty obvious since you used a credit card that the payment method was credit card. And then I typically, when I'm entering credit card type of charges, I don't put anything in the reference number. And then where you're going to categorize this to, I'm going to put this to computer. Oh, let's see what else they have. Software, no. We're going to put this to software, and I'm just going to add that account on the fly. That is an expense account, software, save and close, and then the amount. So when you look at this screen right just this way, unless your monitor is very much bigger than mine, you are not going to see the actual area for attaching a document unless you scroll down. And then you will see this box down here, which says attachments. And then in the watermark behind it, it says drag/drop files here, or click the icon. So what you can do is once you've scanned your documents, and I have mine sitting in a folder called scans, I will grab it, and I'm going to move this window over here, and I'm just going to drag and drop it into this box. And you will see that the box kind of highlights, changes colors, and there you have it. There is the receipt attached right inside of this document. So if anybody wanted to look at the source document, you would be able to just come right into the transaction and open it up, and it will open up with Adobe as a PDF. And then you're just going to save and close, and that is that simple. Same situation happens when you want to enter a bill. So say instead that we were entering a bill to be paid later for this, We put in Zoom, we've got terms, we've got a bill date, a due date, and we're going to put it to software and the amount. And yet again, on this screen, we do not see the actual section for attaching a document. You have to scroll down, and here it is again. And so you can just, again, you can drag and drop, and there it is attached. So that is how you attach things within QuickBooks Online. And then from your gear icon, you can come over to this lists section and choose attachments, and you will be able to see anything that you have that has been attached. And then it also has the link to where it is. So once you get going with this, you can attach things like credit card receipts and bills, but you could also attach things that are related to your customers. Maybe you have some sort of contract or fixed price agreement or anything like that, where you can just attach it to that transaction, and then you would be able to access that at any point without having to go to any paper files, and also without having to go to any external type of document storage that's online where you would have to be drilling down. I'm not saying don't keep those in a separate place, although I don't. If it makes you feel better when you scan it, scan it to some place that is also out there and available to be backed up or accessed outside of the software, if that makes you feel better. But for me, this is a no-brainer, especially for being able to review somebody's transaction where you're like, hey, why is that bill so high? And instead of having to go dig around in a file structure outside of QuickBooks, I can come right in here to that bill, go to the attachments, and open it right up. And it's just very seamless, and definitely something that if you are working remotely, and this is a tool that could really help you among your team so that everything is in the same place. So hopefully that is super helpful for you, and you will start to play with that and test that, and know that those files are saved out there with your QuickBooks file. I mentioned in a previous video about using a product called Rewind to back up your data for QuickBooks Online files. And I would recommend that once you start attaching files, you definitely get into some sort of backup system because QuickBooks Online's backup systems are really for catastrophic data issues where their servers have gone down. But if you ever needed to access all of your information, or you have some sort of your own data issue where maybe you imported from something and it just isn't working the way you want to go back, use the product called Rewind. All right, everybody, here's some ways to stay connected with me. There's Facebook, and we also have a private Facebook group. So if you're interested in that, please reach out to me. Our website and WLXco.com/blog has all of the videos from previous weeks, and then you can always reach out to me via email.